Good morning. Trent here with some thoughts for you. I hope you slept last night and that your day is off to a good start. Sometimes I wonder what church folks think of their pastors. We're always preaching and teaching, leading worship, counseling, praying, writing devotionals, all this faith-based content. And I wonder if people assume that we sort of exist in like this blissed out spiritual reverie all the time. Like we wake up every morning with unshakable, steady faith, 100% clarity and conviction, no doubts. You're like, no, Trent, nobody thinks that about you. Other pastors maybe, but definitely not you. Thanks a lot. But seriously, I'm glad if you don't, because that's not how it is. I go through ups and downs, and if I can be honest, I've kind of been down for a while. There really isn't an obvious reason. It's not some external circumstance. I just think maybe I'm in the uncomfortable phase of growth or something. I hope, but it is what it is. I'm not really feeling it, if that makes any sense. It's a weird place to be emotionally at the start of the Christmas season, and it's a little scary sharing it with you. Probably doesn't need to be. You're probably thinking, of course, everybody has seasons like that. But sometimes we pastors put this pressure on ourselves to always be able to rise above this stuff. And when we are struggling, then we feel fake, acting like everything's okay. So that's where I am right now. And I haven't figured it out fully. So what am I going to do? What do you do when you find yourself in that place? But I think that's what faith is. Faith isn't how we feel, right? It's a conscious choice to believe God is who he says he is and does what he says he does. It's that honest prayer that I believe, God, help my unbelief. So this morning, I've been meditating on different ways in Scripture that God says he takes difficult things and works them out for good. And that imagery is all throughout Scripture. Starting at the beginning, he turns chaos into order at creation. He turns the psalmist's mourning into dancing. He turns stained rags into beautiful robes. He turns what was meant for evil into good. Remember from the Joseph story? He turns darkness into light. He turns a curse into a blessing. He turns a storm into a peaceful sea. And ultimately, he works all things together for good for those who love him. And Christmas, Advent is about watching God's grand master plan to ultimately make everything right be unleashed into the world. So I'm going to choose to find hope in that. Today I'm going to choose to believe that and ask God to help my unbelief. That's what will help me move forward today. And I'm also going to choose to believe that God can take this little video devotional that I really didn't feel like writing and help some of you today feel like you're not alone, because you're not. And whatever you're up against in your life today will not have the last word. Jesus will. Love you. Have a good day.